Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. How you doing? Anyway, Tulsi's Revenge. Tulsi's Revenge. It's kind of looking that way. I mean, you know what? Let's play this real quick because I think this is important for people to remember. This happened like just a little bit ago.
Now to an extraordinary development in the presidential campaign. Hillary Clinton, the 2016 nominee, called Tulsi Gabbard, one of the current candidates, quote, the favorite of the Russians. Nancy Cordes is following this. And Nancy, what are we to make about all this?
Well, Nora, Hillary Clinton did not mention Tulsi Gabbard by name, but an aide confirms that that's who she was talking about when she made this stunning claim that the Russians had already hit on a way to meddle in the 2020 election, much in the same way they meddled in her election in 2016. On a podcast interview, Clinton said, quote, they're grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians. They have a bunch of sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. Clinton was referring to the fact that the Hawaii Congresswoman gets a lot of attention from Kremlin-linked media, just as Green Party candidate Jill Stein did back in 2016. This afternoon, Gabbard lashed back, accusing Clinton of trying to destroy her reputation and calling Clinton, quote, the party candidate Jill Stein did back in 2016.
Now I can believe that.
This afternoon, Gabbard lashed back, accusing Clinton of trying to destroy her reputation and calling Clinton, quote, the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party.
I definitely can agree with that. I think most of us can as well.
For so long. For now, most other Democrats are staying out of this fight. Gabbard, who is at 1 or 2% in most Democratic primaries.
Nope, nobody stayed out of the fight. Everybody jumped in. Everybody dogpiled Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, it's just, basically, yeah, dogpiled her. And it was heavy duty. There's something that actually came out recently that kind of shows that what you're looking at here, I don't know, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, the usual, even Fox sometimes, Al Jazeera, of course PBS, all the major publications out there, NPR, Associated Press, etc., went after her, and everybody went after her, of course, at the request or the command of Hillary Clinton. And then all of a sudden, Tulsi Gabbard becomes the director of national intelligence, right? And I'm just like, well, if I am the director of national intelligence, what am I going to do with that kind of access to to basically tons of intel? And what the Demoncrats didn't understand is Elon Musk came in and brought his boy band in for the Department of Governmental Efficiency, and they were able to find information on these hard drives. They were able to find information here, there, and everywhere. And then there was also recently called the burn box. And as you see here, this is Hillary, right? Democrats pulled the greatest hoax. Of course, everybody pretty much knew that was bullshit. Mueller report, the dossier, and all this other shit. But this is just being more confirmed. And I'll get to the charges part in a second. But I think what's important here to note is, what the heck did I do with that? Is it here? Yeah, right. Right. Is she's going scorched earth, and she's gotten permission from Trump to do so. And remember, Hillary also fucked with Trump many times, and we all know about Seth Rich and that debacle of a burglary or whatever the fuck that was. Everybody needs to remember that one. But now they have, and let me see if it comes up. Oh, look, Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Digital healthcare. Yep, look at that. We are officially launching the CMS digital health tech ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans with 21st century experience in health. I don't know. Somebody's going to research that, and it's probably going to be something of a, too much information control kind of thing. Who knows? But anyway, so let me go here, and I got to show you this because hopefully I was able to save it, because sometimes it's not saved. I watched the whole tsunami thing, man. I mean, I watched that. I watched the whole fucking thing, and I didn't see the water rise or anything, but I must have missed it because it happened within almost seconds, minutes. Like it would rise really quick and it go down, and it was like 3 or 4 times that it happened, and I fucking, maybe I just wasn't paying attention or something. But it wasn't as crazy as I thought. Oh shit, I didn't have my shirt on. I didn't even notice. Maybe I should start doing that again. I don't know. And my shoulders just aren't as good as they used to be. Yeah, they're still kind of there. I still got big shoulders. But I'm starting to work out now, so anyway. Lost a few pounds. Definitely makes a difference on a lot of things. A lot of things. And let me just get here. Where am I? Yeah, let me go down here and see if I can find. Yep, absolutely arrest these fuckers. If they need to arrest somebody, they need to arrest these 5 shitheads. Tedros, Obama, Gates, Fauci, Schwab, for sure. It's like they're all part of the greatest terrorist group on the planet. The largest terrorist group on the planet. Oh, here it is right here. Now, this is interesting because they're saying this is a smoking gun. Well, this basically just says they're doing the hoax. They're doing... let me just read it here for you real quick. I'll try to put it on the screen so you can read it as well. The whole thing. Oh, let me move this. Nobody usually watches this until later anyway, so or at all. Look, this is my documentary. I keep this information for me. I've been doing this since 2017. Thankfully, I was able to get my original YouTube channel back. After 4 years of being shut down, I appealed. Finally got it back. I think it had a lot to do with Trump being in office. I'm not sure. But right here, July 27, 2016, HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton, approved Julia's idea, it's an idea, about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections. It's just an idea. That should distract people from her own missing emails, right? The emails, the Podesta files, you guys don't, if you need information on that, just leave a comment. Especially if the affair goes to the Olympic level. The point is making the Russian play as U.S. domestic issue. Say something like a critical infrastructure threat for the election to feel menace, since both POTUS and Vice President have acknowledged the fact IC would speed up searching for evidence that is regrettably still unavailable. It's just not there. There's just an idea. Let's just throw it out there, right? However, there seems to be signs, GRU penetration. I don't know what this group penetration. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Critical 2.0 VPN, Felix, and we got to find out who that fucker is. He's probably dead. They appear hardly skilled, incompetent, bubbling idiots, as somebody called them. An absence of direct evidence, CrowdStrike and Threat Connect will supply the media. So that's who the Demoncrats go through. They go through CrowdStrike, they go through Threat Connect, and they send the information and the scripts out there. There was this great gathering of Derek Bros, Ryan Christian, and a few others, and some ding dong. And the lady was on Jimmy Dore the other day. Okay, Russia. Fentanyl. Guaranteed she's a Democrat. That's for sure. I don't think you guys can see that, but it's pretty disgusting. Man, that's just fucking... And this is what the Democrats just kind of like said, hey, it's okay, bring all this stuff in here. Bring it all in here. She's just... Poor thing is just... God, just gone. Just... You know... Anyway, yeah, Trump was right again. Fauci pardon was approved at 10:30 p.m. by White House aide Jeff Stein using the out-of-pen signature. And we all know that Biden had no idea it happened. He wasn't even... he was there, but he wasn't there, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm looking for... I shared Derek Bros... Blah, blah, blah. They fucking did a thing. Just... Oh, there it is right here. Let's see if we can... Let's see if it's in here and they're all in there. That was weird. That sounded like Steve's growl. Steve was there. Derek Bros. Ryan Christian. Kit Knightley... Hakeem was there, and Carrie Wedler. You guys know who she is. But the most important person there was, in my professional opinion, was the Catherine Austin Fitz, which she's been on Jimmy Dore and a few others recently in regards to a lot of this information, knowing that there was like $21 trillion moving and grooving throughout the Epstein situation. It was a great group. And mahalo to everybody. They started talking about this a little bit, but I got to tell you right now, I really believe that this needs more attention. This group right here needs more attention. Maybe not. Hakeem seemed a little founder of Abomasfin, offguardian.org. Okay, that's good. Pressure, Last American Vagabond. Yeah, but Steve was there, and he's been on with us too. He's been on with me here. Stevie was with me when she was on, and then Snort came in for some weird reason. I was like, anyway, it was kind of embarrassing, but it was an awkward moment because he was talking about something else, and I just didn't set it up right. That was my fault. Let me go back to here. Yeah, so. As we look at this, this is obviously what they did. I mean, it's all spelled out right here. It's all right here. It's telling you, let's use Julia's idea, right? You know, Hillary Rodham Clinton approved her idea to go out and smear and use something that they don't have any fucking knowledge of. There's no information on it. It says right here. Emails just elections domestic say something like critical infrastructure threat for the election to feel menacing or whatever. Both parties acknowledge that IC would speed up the search for the evidence. Regrettable, still unavailable. Regrettably, all the information's unavailable. But what they do need to do now is to connect it to their equipment. Right? Did they receive it? Was it sent? Is there a way to trace that? There's going to be questioning, but I'm going to say it right now. Obama, let me back up. There's a lot of information in regards to Obama not really being a natural born citizen of the United States of America. I've seen all kinds of information. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying if that is actually the case, then he does not have immunity, and everything he did for 8 years was a lie. And that's when you can go after him. So if you set him aside, if he if they can't prove that or whatever, then you still can go after some of the key players, which Hillary Clinton obviously approved it. And you definitely need to go after, and this is a must, the mainstream media. The mainstream media for participating in all this. Now, if the mainstream media can plead, incompetence, like they didn't know, they were just going by what we were given. But if they knew there was really ever nothing there, then they're compliant. So all the parties that are compliant or involved or knew it was just an idea, Julia's idea, then this could be really bad for CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, all these fucking everybody, like I said. And that could be good. But again, I think you guys really need to go out and watch this. This is these guys. Oh, let me fit it in here. I didn't fit it in there. My apologies. Yeah, that was a good talk today. They were talking about how people are. I forgot to say it. It's the carrot and the stick. The media use the carrot and the stick. You got the Edelman Group. You got the Bilderberg. No, not that group. But you have these marketing firms, and I've explained this many, many times on my show, that they use certain colors, they use certain camera angles, they use certain words, certain phrases, they use certain activities, how they use their hands, how they use their motions, how they sit, angles, to get through to your subconscious and your primal triggering mechanism to get you to feel fear or you're satiated, whatever the case may be. These marketing tactics have been used for a long time. Like I was saying in this, I wonder if it has that conversation in there. Oh, I think it does. No, it doesn't. Doesn't. Let me look at the comments. Oh, view more comments. Okay, let me see. All right. No, view. I can add a comment, or am I gonna make it? I don't know what to fucking. Oh, here it is. The shell game. Why is? God damn it! I gotta get out of here. Let me refresh this. Why can't I make that bigger? I came in. Great group, aloha, yep again. I think in the beginning. View more comments. Okay. That's the first one I put is marketing to the masses, right? Let me see if we can read this. I gotta put it in here so you can read it. And that's what they were informing us of, which I thought was great, because they were talking about the psychosis. I didn't have in my head at the time, but just as I was leaving, they were finished. Mass psychosis. I forgot the name of the guy who fucking brought that up the other day, about a year or so ago, 2 years ago. Why is this little area so small? Can I make this bigger? Can I make the comments bigger? I'm going to save this video for sure. For later. Alright. Monotalk. I'm going to put Monotalk. Talk content. It was a great conversation. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Only me. There we go. It's in there. Good. Now it's in there. Let me see what I wrote here. Okay. Marketing to the masses. If you believe you bought something, you are. you were already sold. Politics are marketed, sold to us every day. They use fear and they use the takeaway tactic. Because I've done marketing. I've done a lot of advertising and marketing, and I've worked with some professionals. Camera angles, colors, shapes, sounds, or those things that touch your primal self or subconscious manipulates a response. Marketing and advertising firms have all the greatest minds targeting specific demographics daily. They do. Deep in heart of soul, good to see where I don't think of it as effect on knowing. Keep it on. Pooch. PK. Cool. Whatever that was. Some will know this and some won't. Yeah, that's true. I got to get more content. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I was just kind of letting him know what's going on. And one guy goes, we got a keyboard warrior out there. And I'm like, bring me on. I'll be glad to speak with any of these people. Let them know fucking my perspective and the information I've gathered since 2017. And we're basically on the same page. They're all just getting sick of it. And I get it. I am just really sick of the... But see, like I'm saying, the average person doesn't understand a lot of this stuff. And average person means the person that is being triggered. The person that's upset at their neighbor for somebody having a Trump sign or a Hillary sign or a fucking Kamala sign. You know, it's all intentional. It's a divide and conquer tactic that's been used. We know that. But they know how to do it. They have these, like the Edelman group. You know, Stevie, I think I had that video. I wish you'd send it to me. It's showing this lady during a World Economic Forum, and she's talking about the Edelman group that does the marketing for the World Economic Forum and all the elites. And she was saying to this effect, you know, our rates are... likability, I think, or something of that nature is going down, and we need to start fixing that with the masses. And the Edelman group has just found that information out, that we're not being liked, right? The elites, us elites, are not being liked. I'm just, what the fuck? I mean, that's how they think of themselves, and everybody else to them, just letting you know, everybody else to them is cannon fodder or collateral damage or just not worth their time and effort. And that's what people need to realize, is there's a lot of people out there like that think like that still, and they have a lot of fucking money. And that's something we need to definitely start to be wary of. Likability? What the fuck was that? Oh man, this has happened twice to me. But anyway, that's Wake Up News. I think this is with Steve. I'm not sure who's doing this. But it was good. It was a good discussion. I was impressed. Derek Bros is in there, man. That guy's fucking savage. Ryan Christian, just savage. Just good stuff. But the person that has some seriously pertinent, valid information is Catherine Austin Fitz, and she needs a bodyguard. I'm telling you right now, because she knows a lot of stuff. Let me see. This post should be controversial, but it is, because most of us have been wired to defend our tribe, which usually means the politics. That's true. I get it. Yeah, and I mean, with this guy, I went through so much shit. I'm just saying. I was watching this. I'm having a hard time, and I gotta read this to you because I think it's important for everybody to see this. Because this is kind of odd to me. I'm gonna try to read this whole thing to you. Oh, not that one. Derp. Let me go to the top here. There we go. I think you can see it now. That's not big enough for me to read. Let me try here. I'm having a hard time believing that all of the false accusations, all of the trials, all of the frivolous criminal made-up felonies and the attempts on this man's life equates to him being a part of or a tool of the duopoly or the deep state. It just doesn't seem right to me. There's just something people are saying, "Oh, it's the same old thing. It's the same old thing. He's just doing the. He's part of it." There's something inside of me that's saying, and I think I found what it was. I think I'm going to kind of reveal that to you in a second. It's been a little over 6 months, and everybody is obviously pissed off about the terrible acting. Pam Bondi dropping a ridiculous lame report. Look at that. Anyway. Voice recognition sucks. Dropping a ridiculous name report on Sunday night, and the entire debacle of Epstein client list. The acting was terrible. I told you guys about that. That's still not being exposed, which I understand, as I am with you all on that front. Obviously, he's protecting pedophiles, which is completely inexcusable, right? Or whatever the case may be. It's fucking wrong. I will say this. His publicist, his advertising agent, his marketing agents, and especially his close advisors need to be removed immediately from his side because they're not getting through to him with the right information. The name Howard Lechtig keeps coming in my mind to all of this stuff with Epstein and stuff. He was the next door neighbor of Jeffrey Epstein for over like a decade, I believe. And we know he's played ball with a lot of the past deep state players. The worst part about Howard is that he is a devout member of the World Economic Forum, and he's been there many, many times. I mean, by the way, anybody could do Letnick's job. So why is he even there? I think that's part of it. That could be part of it. But if you look at this right here, not there. Sorry.
June 27th, 28th, 29th, right?
That's Jason. It was in here. Why is this thing? Anyway. Come on, machine. Oh, my God. That's going way past. Just right here. I had this up. It was here. I freaking. I gotta find it. Is this the right playlist? Oh, that was liked videos. Stupid. Not talk. That's right. Here we go. Oh, whoa, here we go. That thing's running so slow right now, it's fucking tripping me out. Come on, bro. Let's turn off this. Let's leave that up. I'm going to take that down. That free up some speed. It's because my phone, I've got 1,000 megabytes per second. I don't get what the fuck is going on here. 1,000 megabytes. I'm gonna try this again, and we need to go to the 25, 26 minute mark. We're just gonna refresh it. Maybe it might start playing. I guess not.
Joining us here this evening, I'm your host, Mike Page. Always with.
They shouldn't have had a roof that was, unpatrolled. It was over. And if this lunatic was allowed to keep shooting, because they had a lot of tens of thousands of people there, so a lot of people could have been killed. I mean, we lost a great person and 2 people very badly injured. But the shooter, 1 bullet, think of that, 1 bullet from a very far distance. It's amazing. So he was great.
Do you feel like it's changed you as a person?
I don't know, maybe and maybe not, but it's, I like to not think about it. It affects some people greatly. I can't afford to be affected because I have a job to do, so I like not to think about it. If I think about it too much, it's probably not a good
thing. There it is. There it is. Okay, let me go back to that.
I don't think about it. I don't.
There it is.
I think.
Like it's changed you as a person?
I don't know. Maybe and maybe not, but it's. I like to not think about it. It affects some people greatly. I can't afford to be affected because I have a job to do, so I like not to think about it. If I think about it too much, it's probably not a good thing.
Does it not go through your mind at all?
I'm going to say this because I really think there's that void, and that's it. Everybody has their firewalls, right? Some people may not even watch this show or come on it because they think a certain way or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But what I'm saying is they have these internal firewalls or something that's keeping them from maybe doing what they really want to do or really what they want to say, but they block it out because there's so many other components or so many other things going on in their lives. For this guy, a bazillion things. He's trying to run a country and protect a planet at the same time. That's what this guy's trying to do. That was not happening under the illegitimate Biden administration. And I'm going to say this guy, he doesn't think about it. He hears, and I think this is, I call it the Michael Jackson and Michael Tyson syndrome, where people feed you only with what they believe that you want to hear. Because sometimes somebody might feed him something that he doesn't want to hear, and he might not like you. He may give you that look like you're fucking fired. So that's a concern I have. But he doesn't. There's certain things he just doesn't think about. Now I know, and we can say this for sure, that the illegitimate Biden thought about like 3 things. This guy has at least hundreds of things in his mind moving in components, but he doesn't like to pull him. He tries to stay positive. I mean, if there's no way any of you, I'm going to say this right now, even I couldn't. His schedule is fucking crazy. I just walk side by side with this man from morning till night. I guarantee for a week and see if he'd last. I've only heard that many people can't keep up with him. He has tons of things he's doing. He moves fast. He's grooving. He walks like he's a fucking freight train, for one, right? He doesn't walk like a stick like fucking Biden used to do. But I think he blocks certain stuff out, which could be possibly to his detriment. I'm a little concerned about that. Right? But we know for sure that Biden didn't know shit. He didn't know what the fuck was going on with the auto pen. We know that. and all these pardons that he probably didn't realize were fucking happening. Guaranteed. Oh, that's already came out already, by the way. But I think that's part of the issue here. He doesn't want to get into that stuff because he's got so many other things that he's trying to do to save and fix the wreckage that the previous illegitimate fucks did to this country. And you're going to see it. But my biggest, and that's it. I just think that's part of his persona. That's his personality. That's the way he moves. That's the way he operates. He's just, not now. We got so many other fucking things going on. Nope. Guy's got fucking railway, train, tunnel vision. And he's coming. He's not a subway. He's not a trolley car like fucking Biden was. He's a fucking super train. The guy's moving. There's no way he can handle his schedule. I guarantee. I don't care who you are. Maybe Jason Bouvet could. Maybe he could. He's with the company I'm kind of working with. Great company. This guy is amazing. But anyway, there's a lot of things happening here. A lot of components. Most of you are probably lost just by listening to what I'm saying. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, let me know in the comments. I'll find some information for it. I'll dig. I mean, I can't do it for 1,000 people, but if there's a few that have some, pertinent, valuable, respectful questions, I will do something. If it's not, if it's stupid, if it's lame, if it's whatever, I'm gonna fucking delete it or whatever. If you're wasting my time and everybody else's, then I'll remove it for sure. Unless it's a valid comment. That's just the way it's gonna work. That's my channel. I can do whatever I want, right? Thankfully, I got it back. I had to make fucking 4 other channels because 3 of those also got pulled. You guys have no idea. The tyrannical totalitarianism, fucking communistic, Orwellian 1984 community guidelines I used to go with this fucking platform, YouTube. Insane. Mostly because of Fluvid-19 and the fucking boot that everybody sadly took. That I tried to warn everybody about. But anyway, so I'm going to end with this. Here's what's going on. Trump's got a lot of shit on the table. You're going to see some Epstein stuff. As I was talking to a friend of mine, Greg, I was saying, if they throw out everything as is regarding Epstein, they'll do whatever they can to turn it on Trump. They'll use every little piece of information. So he's probably gonna cherry pick. But what he's gonna do is expose certain people, but it's not on his plate. I think it's important. I think he needs to be transparent. I of course. I mean, if you're trying to stop the traffic of children, we should stop the 1990s and early 2000s trafficking of children. Right? I mean, that fucking does absolutely make sense, period. So I think it's going to come out at a certain point. I hope it does. Biggest thing in regards to what I just read you about what Tulsi's divulged is some people need to be handcuffed, for sure. Some people need to be charged and handcuffed. I don't want a fucking hearing. I do not want to see Fauci in a courtroom, in a congressional hearing anymore. I'm sick of all those congressional hearings. I don't give a fuck about any of those. They're dog and pony shows. They do nothing. And if somebody lies, nothing happens. Those are just the biggest waste of time. You might get a little information, you might get a little information there, but if there's something you want to know that's a criminal activity, go to court. Let the investigators, let the discovery happen. Let everything fucking go at these people. Right? Because when you do these hearings, you're actually giving them a way out. You're actually giving them a chance to fluff up the fucking the masses, with their marketing tactics and their advertising tactics, like the Edelman Group is really good at. All right, that's it. I made a cookie. I haven't had a cookie in like 2 weeks. Oh, I can't wait to eat this cookie. It's going to be so good. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, thank you guys for all joining. Thank you for being here on Montauk. I got to do the aloha and the shaka.